Hey, welcome back to Key to Learn English, the podcast where we talk about real life, real feelings, and of course, real English. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Ryan. And if you're listening to this right now, wherever you are in the world, whether you're on a bus, cooking dinner, or lying in bed pretending you're going to sleep, welcome. Seriously, welcome.
Okay, Ryan, I have to say, today's topic is one I've been thinking about for weeks. Like, it actually gave me butterflies when we planned it. Butterflies for a podcast topic.
Butterflies in your stomach, and for our listeners, that's that nervous but excited feeling, right? Like before something big happens. Sarah gets butterflies about a lot of things, to be fair.
That is so true. I once got butterflies before a dentist appointment, which is not normal. Anyway, today we're talking about something really close to our hearts. Today's topic is English changed my life. Real talk.
And we mean real talk. No scripts, no perfect grammar lessons today. Just honest, open stories about how learning English, or speaking English, genuinely changed the direction of someone's life, including ours.
Including ours. And we want you to feel like you're sitting with us in a cozy cafe right now. Just two friends, one great conversation. So get comfortable, friend. This one's going to be good.
Okay, so Sarah, I want to start with you, because I know you have a story, a real one. When was the first moment you thought, wow, English actually changed something for me?
Oh gosh. Okay, so I have to go back to when I was maybe 19, 20 years old. I was studying, I was working part-time, and I felt so stuck. Like, I had all these dreams, but I could feel this invisible wall in front of me.
An invisible wall. I love that image. Say more about that.
So the wall was opportunity, right? Like, I could see people around me getting amazing jobs, traveling, connecting with people from all over the world. And I kept thinking, why does it feel so far away for me? And the honest answer, which I didn't want to admit at first, was English. My English was holding me back.
That's such a vulnerable thing to say. Hold back, by the way, means something is stopping you from moving forward. And I think so many of our listeners feel exactly that invisible wall.
Exactly. And the thing is, I wasn't bad at English. I studied it in school, I knew grammar rules, but knowing grammar rules and actually using English in real life, those are two very different things, my friend.
Oh, completely different planets. I remember learning all these grammar rules, and then one day someone asked me a simple question in English, a native speaker, and my brain just went blank. Nothing.
Yes, the blank brain moment. Okay, so for our listeners, let's pause here. Has this happened to you? You study and study, and then the moment someone actually speaks to you in English, your brain just disappears? You are not alone. This is so normal.
So normal. What happened next for you, Sarah? How did the wall start to come down?
Okay, so this is the part I love telling. I started listening to podcasts in English, just listening every single day. Not always understanding everything, sometimes understanding maybe 50%. But I kept going, and slowly, something shifted.
Something shifted. That's beautiful. And shift means to change, a gradual, quiet change. Not a big dramatic moment, but a slow, steady one.
Exactly. And then one day, I remember it clearly, I was in a meeting at work, an international meeting, and someone asked a complicated question, and before I could even think about it, I just answered. In English, naturally. And everyone nodded. And I thought, wait, did I just do that?
Give me chills, Sarah. Chills. That moment when you surprise yourself, There's nothing like it.
It was the best feeling. And from that moment, things started to open up. New projects, new connections, new opportunities. It was like the wall just crumbled.
Okay, so now it's my turn. And I'm going to be really honest here, because this is real talk, right? The truth is, I was shy. Like, genuinely, deeply shy about speaking English.
Oh, Ryan, you? Shy? Because now you just talk and talk and talk.
I know, I know. It sounds impossible now. But back then, even ordering food at a restaurant in English was terrifying for me. I would rehearse it in my head. Like, okay, Ryan, you're going to say, "Can I have the pasta, please?" Simple. You can do this.
And then what happened?
And then the waiter would say something slightly unexpected, like, "Would you like soup or salad with that?" And I would completely freeze, just staring, like a rabbit in headlights.
A rabbit in headlights. Oh, that's a great expression. For our listeners, that means you're so shocked or scared that you can't move or react. Like a rabbit that sees car headlights and just stops.
Exactly. Frozen. And I would either point awkwardly at the menu or just say yes to everything and end up with soup and salad and bread and dessert.
You got a full meal deal from sheer panic. I love that. But okay, seriously, how did you break through that shyness?
So for me, it was travel. I saved up money and I did something terrifying. I went on a trip alone, completely alone, to a country where nobody spoke my native language and my only tool was English.
Okay, that is brave. Like bold with a capital B.
Or stupid with a capital S. Honestly, both. The first day was hard. I got lost. My phone had no signal. I had to ask strangers for help. And you know what? I asked. In English. Imperfect, broken, nervous English. But I asked.
And what happened?
They helped me. They just helped. Nobody laughed. Nobody judged. They understood me. And something in me, this whole thing I'd built up in my head about how my English wasn't good enough, it just fell apart. Because it was good enough. It was more than good enough.
Ryan, I have actual goosebumps right now. Goosebumps, listeners. That's when your skin gets little bumps because you feel a strong emotion. Mine are real right now.
That trip changed everything. I came back different, more confident, more open, more willing to make mistakes. And mistakes, I want to say this clearly, mistakes are not failure. Mistakes are data. They tell you what to try next.
Mistakes are data. Write that down, everyone. Seriously. That's a mindset shift that changes everything. Okay, let's talk about something really practical now. Because I know a lot of our listeners are thinking, okay, this is nice and emotional, but how does English actually open career doors? Like, specifically, what does it look like?
Great question. And I want to share something that happened to a friend of mine. Let's call him Marco. Marco was working in a local company, doing okay, but feeling like his ceiling was really low. Like he could see the top of his career, and it wasn't very high.
A glass ceiling, or in this case, a language ceiling, where you can only go so far before something invisible stops you.
Exactly. And Marco started working on his English, not just studying, actually using it, watching English interviews on YouTube, joining online communities, writing emails in English even when he could have done it in his own language, just practicing consistently.
Consistently. That's the key word, isn't it? Not perfectly, not intensely, just consistently. A little bit every day.
And about a year later, his company got a partnership with an international team, and they needed someone to be a bridge, to communicate between the two teams. And Marco stepped up, because he could. and his career just launched.
Launched like a rocket. I love that. And this is so real, Ryan. I've seen this pattern so many times. The person who speaks English well doesn't always need to be the smartest in the room, but they can communicate the ideas of the whole room.
They become the bridge, and the bridge is always valuable.
And for our listeners who are maybe in that place right now, feeling like your ideas are bigger than what you can express, I want you to hear this. Your ideas deserve to be heard. English is just the door, and you're already working on opening it.
That got deep fast, but it's true. And it's not just corporate careers either. We've seen people grow their social media through English, launch YouTube channels, connect with audiences worldwide, things that would have been impossible in just one language.
Like us. Like, hello. Key to Learn English exists because of this exact thing. We wanted to connect with learners everywhere, not just one country, not one accent, not one background. Everyone.
And here you are, which means it's working, and you're part of it. So thank you, honestly. Thank you for being here.
Okay, Ryan, I want to address the elephant in the room. Elephant in the room. That means the big, obvious thing nobody's saying. And the elephant here is confidence, or the lack of it.
Yes, the confidence thing. Because I think this is where most people get stuck. Not at the grammar stage, not at the vocabulary stage, at the confidence stage.
Because you can know a lot of English, like genuinely know it. But if you don't believe in yourself enough to actually use it, it just sits there, unused, like a beautiful car with no fuel.
Ooh, that's a good one. A beautiful car with no fuel. So, how do you fill the tank? How do you actually build confidence in English?
Okay, so I have a theory about this. Ready? My theory is that confidence doesn't come before action. It comes from action. Like, you don't wait until you feel confident to speak. You speak. Badly, nervously, imperfectly. And then confidence grows.
That's so counterintuitive. Because our brain tells us the opposite, right? It says, wait until you're ready. Wait until you're sure. Wait until you're perfect. And the waiting? It never ends.
Counterintuitive. Great word, Ryan. That means it goes against what feels natural or logical. And yes, the waiting never ends because perfection never comes. But courage? Courage you can do right now. Even shaky, nervous courage counts.
I love the phrase shaky courage because that's real. That's what it feels like at the beginning. Your voice is shaky, your heart is going, but you do it anyway. And every time you do it, it gets a little less shaky.
A little less shaky each time. And for our listeners, if you've ever listened to an episode of this podcast and whispered a word along with us, or paused to think about a sentence in English, or tried a dare from our games, that was shaky courage, and it counts. 100%.
100%. And I want to add something here about mistakes, because I feel strongly about this. When you make a mistake in English, and you will, we all do, that mistake is not a sign that you're failing. It's a sign that you're trying.
Trying is everything. Seriously. The people who never make mistakes are the ones who never try. And where does that get you? Nowhere exciting, that's for sure.
Nowhere exciting. I want that on a poster. Play it safe. Go nowhere exciting. That's my motivation to take risks every time.
Okay, but real talk. Was there a moment where a mistake actually helped you? Like a mistake that turned into a learning moment you still remember?
Oh, so many. Okay, here's one. Early on, I was in a professional setting, a meeting, and I wanted to say that something was embarrassing. But I confused it with embarrassed. And I said, "This situation makes me very embarrassing."
Oh no. Oh no, no, no.
And someone very kindly said, I think you mean embarrassed? And I was so mortified in that moment. Mortified means deeply embarrassed, by the way. But I never made that mistake again. Never. It's permanently burned into my brain.
Permanently burned. That's the thing about embarrassing moments. They're incredible teachers. You remember them. And what felt like the end of the world in that moment? You're laughing about it now.
Laughing about it on a podcast to potentially thousands of people, which is either brave or very stupid once again.
Okay, let's get really practical now. Because we talk a lot about mindset and motivation and confidence, and all of that is real and important. But at the end of the day, what actually moves the needle? What are the small daily habits that actually lead to big English growth?
Move the needle. Love that phrase. It means make a real, measurable difference, like moving a dial forward. And I think the honest answer is boring, consistent habits.
Boring and consistent. That's our podcast tagline right there. But you know what, Ryan? It's true. The big dramatic breakthroughs come from the small, boring habits done over and over.
So let me share what actually works. Things I've tried, things that helped real people. Number 1, daily listening. Even 10 minutes. Even while you're doing something else. Your brain is absorbing patterns and rhythms and natural English sounds without you even trying.
Absorbing. Like a sponge. Your brain is a sponge, and every bit of English you hear is water. You soak it up, and over time, that sponge gets full, in a good way.
Number 2, talk to yourself. Okay, this sounds a bit crazy, I know. But seriously, narrate your day in English. In your head, or out loud if you're brave. I'm making coffee. I'm tired. The weather is cold today. Simple sentences, but you're building fluency without any pressure.
And nobody's judging you, because it's just you. I do this all the time, by the way. I'll be cooking and just having a full English commentary on what I'm doing like a cooking show host.
I can see that. And now, Sarah adds the pasta to the boiling water with confidence.
Exactly. And it's fun. That's the thing. Making it fun makes it sustainable. Sustainable means you can keep doing it long term without burning out.
Number 3, and this one is so underrated. Write in English. Even a little. A journal, a caption, a comment under a video. Writing forces your brain to construct sentences actively, not passively. You're not just absorbing anymore, you're producing.
Producing. You go from being a listener to being a creator. And that shift? Oh, it's powerful. Because suddenly, English isn't just something you receive, it's something you use.
And number 4, find your community. Find people who are also learning, or people who speak English, and just talk. Messily, imperfectly, nervously, but talk. Real human connection in English accelerates everything.
Accelerates, speeds up, like hitting the fast forward button on your progress. And community matters so much because you realize you're not alone in this. Every person you talk to has struggled. Every fluent English speaker has had their rabbit in headlights moment.
Every single one. And that shared experience, it's comforting. It's human. It makes the journey feel less scary and more like an adventure.
Okay, this next part is my favorite part of today's conversation because it's a bit philosophical. Are you ready for philosophical, Ryan?
Sarah, I was born ready for philosophical. Although I wasn't born knowing what philosophical meant, so English helped with that too.
Good one. Okay, so here's what I want to talk about. Did you know that research actually shows that people can feel like slightly different versions of themselves when they speak different languages?
Oh, yes. I've read about this. Like, some people feel more confident in their second language than in their first because there's less emotional baggage attached to it.
Emotional baggage. That's a beautiful phrase. Baggage is literally the bags you carry when you travel. But emotionally, it means all the feelings and memories and self-judgments you carry around. And sometimes, in English, that baggage feels lighter.
Because English isn't the language you grew up hearing when you made mistakes. It's not the language of your early embarrassments or your childhood fears. So there's this strange freedom in it.
A strange freedom. I felt this so clearly when I started speaking English more. I felt bolder, more direct, like I could say things in English that somehow felt harder to say in my native language. Does that make sense?
Completely. It's like putting on a different coat. You're still you, but a slightly different version. A version that's maybe a little braver, a little more open. And I think that's why people say learning a language teaches you something about yourself.
It does. It genuinely does. Because you have to meet yourself in a new way. You have to be a beginner again. And being a beginner, being willing to not know things and to learn anyway, that's actually a really beautiful skill. Not just for English, for life.
Being a beginner is underrated. We live in a world that glorifies expertise and knowledge and looking like you have it all together. But the beginner? The person asking questions, making mistakes, growing? That person is brave.
That person is brave. And that person is you. Anyone listening right now who's learning English, you are already brave, even if it doesn't feel like it today.
Okay, we have one final section today, and I asked Sarah to do something a little different. Sarah, if you could write a letter to your past self, the you who was 19 and feeling stuck behind that invisible wall, what would you say?
Okay, this one got me. All right. Dear younger Sarah, you are not behind. You are not too late. You are right where you need to be.
Go on.
I know the wall feels real. I know it feels like everyone else has something you don't. But the thing you're looking for, confidence, opportunity, connection, it's not locked behind the wall. It's locked inside you. English is just the key that helps you reach it.
Sarah, that's beautiful.
And I would tell her, listen more than you speak at first. That's okay. Watch, absorb, soak it in like a sponge. And then one day, when you least expect it, you'll open your mouth and the words will be there. All those words you collected. They won't leave you.
They won't leave you. Can I do mine now?
Please.
Dear past Ryan, stop waiting to be perfect. Stop rehearsing the sentence before you say it. Stop watching from the sidelines. The conversation is happening right now, and you belong in it.
Yes. Yes, you do.
The waiter who confused you. The meeting where you froze. The trip where you got lost. Those aren't failures. Those are the whole story. Those are the experience. And one day you'll tell them on a podcast and people will laugh with you and recognize themselves in you.
I'm trying not to cry. I'm trying. This is supposed to be a cheerful podcast.
It is cheerful. Happy tears are cheerful. And you know what? I think that's the message, the real one. English changed our lives not because it made us fluent or grammatically perfect. It changed our lives because it gave us access to a bigger world and a bigger version of ourselves.
A bigger version of ourselves. And listener, that bigger version is waiting for you too. It's not out there somewhere. It's already in you. You just have to keep showing up. Keep listening. Keep trying. Keep going. Okay, time for our word tour. This is where we walk back through the big expressions from today's episode, nice and slowly, so they really stick with you.
Stick with you means stay in your memory. Like if something sticks, it doesn't fall out of your brain easily. We want these words to stick.
First expression, butterflies in your stomach. That nervous, excited feeling before something important. Example, I had butterflies in my stomach before my first English job interview.
Second, hold back. When something stops you from moving forward or reaching your potential. Example, don't let fear hold you back from speaking.
Third, blank. When your mind goes empty, nothing comes. Example, the teacher asked me a question and my brain just went blank.
Fourth, shift. A gradual, quiet change. Example, after 6 months of practice, I noticed a real shift in my confidence.
Fifth, rabbit in headlights. Frozen with fear or shock, unable to react. Example, when the native speaker talked too fast, I was a rabbit in headlights.
Sixth, ceiling. An invisible limit on how far you can go. Example, learning English helped me break through my career ceiling.
Seventh, elephant in the room. The big obvious thing nobody is talking about. Example, the elephant in the room was that nobody on the team spoke English.
Eighth, counterintuitive. Goes against what feels natural. Example, it's counterintuitive, but making more mistakes actually helps you learn faster.
Ninth, move the needle. Make a real, measurable difference. Example, listening every day really moved the needle for my English.
10th, emotional baggage. Old feelings and memories you carry around. Example, I had a lot of emotional baggage around speaking English because of bad experiences at school.
And there you go, 10 beautiful expressions. You don't need to memorize all of them today. Pick one, just one, that really spoke to you, and use it this week. Say it out loud. Write it down. Make it yours.
And that, friends, is a wrap on today's episode of Key to Learn English. What a conversation, Sarah.
What a conversation. I feel like I just had therapy and an English lesson. 2 for 1 deal.
Best deal in podcasting. Okay, before we go, we have a question for you. A real one. In the comments, we want you to finish this sentence. English changed my life because...
Please, finish that sentence for us. We read every single comment. Seriously, every one. And we love hearing your stories. Because this podcast exists because of you, for you, with you.
And if today's episode helped you even a little, gave you one phrase, one idea, one moment of feeling less alone in this journey, please share it with someone who needs to hear it today.
Because that's how we grow this beautiful community. Not through algorithms or ads. Through real people sharing real help with other real people. Real, real, real.
Very real. Extremely real. Okay, this is Ryan.
And this is Sarah.
And you've been listening to the Key to Learn English podcast.
Keep going, friend. We believe in you. See you in the next episode. Bye!
Bye!